Good morning. It is our pleasure today. This is Diane Welch and Caroline Hightower behind the camera from the Hampton B. Allen Library. Our pleasure today to be here with Leon Gatewood at the HOLLA Center in Morven. And Leon has so graciously given us a tour of the place, and we are just impressed.
We have always considered the library one of our partners, so this is just exciting that you wanted to come down and see what's going on. We can build our partnership.
That's right, because many things times in the past with the author events and different things, and we've always depended on you. And we'll continue to.
We used to have our literary festival at the library.
Yes, I remember that.
Looking at maybe coming back soon, so we need to talk to you about that. Yeah. Because that was the right place to have it. It was a good place to have it.
Yes.
When we started doing it in conjunction with our 5K, that's why we moved it down here. But we're looking at doing more than one per year because it's a very, there's a lot of interest in it, especially now.
Yes, I understand that. Sure. And you got big stuff coming up this weekend too, don't you?
Oh, we got a lot of big stuff coming up this weekend. In fact, we have that. I wish I could get the slide over here. Anyway, we'll talk about it. It's a network cancer project. You know, network cancer was basically born in the house. It's like a self-care wellness affair. You know, on this Saturday, it's going to be it's the kickoff that they plan to do certain Saturdays in each month. So this is like to be the kickoff this Saturday, starting at 9. I think it's 9 to 12. Also this weekend, I was sponsoring a Black History program on Friday at Sakima Community College at Garibaldi building in the auditorium. We're going to have Destiny D. Barry Stone. We're going to have Kenya Miles, Curtis Gatewood. We're going to recognize all of the Black firsts that we can get without having to say it. So all the Black first we'll have there. It's going to be a beautiful program, of course. There'll be some praise dancing and a few more skits. That's going to be Friday. Then on Saturday, there's a choir clinic, gospel music choir clinic done by Mr. Frederick Allen. He's going to be the director of that. So it's a lot going on. I just want people to, we've been talking about a place where we can get together, and it's a good conversation to have at the library where people know they can go and see the events that are going on in Nancy County. Because so often people say, I didn't know that was happening. I didn't know y'all had that. So people know there's a place they can go to see where they can see the type of events that are going on. I think that'd be a big thing for us to work together as well. But anyway, I'm excited with the partnership with the library. I've served on the board a few years.
Yes.
I've always been a friend of the library.
You've been a good advocate for us, and we look forward to that.
All the way over that way.
All the way over this way.
Yes.
Yeah.
And in the back, we have the intent of doing a little amphitheater in the back. Start doing outside plays and stuff like that in the spring.
Yeah.
Do some singing, invite you down to sing with us.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So back in here, see that corner back in there? That's where I'm gonna do my little amphitheater.
Okay.
So people can kind of lounge around and have you down here singing, and the Gatewood Brothers and
That's right. And the play
and all
that you
kinds of people.
The play that you guys did, Lion King, yes.
That going on and all that good
Yeah.
stuff. Just have some good times.
That was pretty
We got to start getting people to see the value of having a good time. We try to find, once we do something, we try to always make sure we make the right connections and bring the right resources in to continue it.
Right.
So if you'll see here, we become members of the American Tennis Association and the United States Tennis Association. So through those programs, we get free tennis rackets, free balls, all kinds of things that we don't have to go out and buy. Well, I didn't have to go out and buy when I was a kid, because I was on Bowman High School's first tennis team.
Were you? Okay.
I was.
Yeah.
I was not a good player.
But you enjoyed it though, didn't you?
I didn't.
Oh.
I played, Ken Goin was the coach.
Okay.
Yeah.
Leon, who actually laid all this out?
Okay, let me tell you what happened. We chipped in about this old building.
Mm-hmm.
We used to do these little things called holla parties when we first got started. We didn't have anywhere. See that Jeep over there?
Uh-huh.
The blue one.
Uh-huh.
That's what I operated from. That's what the Holla Center operated from for several years.
Right.
6 probably.
Mm-hmm.
That's how we just drove that trailer around. Then PD Electric bought us a trailer to drag behind it.
Mm-hmm.
With the Care to Share grant.
Right.
Okay. But anyway, we bought this. One day we were across the street, and we'll go over there too. You see right over there, the little park.
Uh-huh.
Okay, one day we were over there. The playground wasn't over there, just a courtyard. So we were over there doing one of our little holla parties where we gave out free hot dogs. I was a DJ. I set up music. Mary Lola and her husband, they had what they call M&L Fun Fun. They had the little bounce houses and stuff I didn't know existed when I was a kid.
I know. They're so popular.
Right.
Yes.
So we did all day. We bring all that into a community. We came with this thing called a holla party. And then once people come out, we start talking to them about achievement levels and reading levels and asking parents, do you know your child can read? We figured parents didn't know because of the consequences of not being able to read. We figured parents did not know. So we were going around letting people know that only 54% of the kids at the high school can read on grade level. And only 33% of black kids are reading on grade level. We felt it was important that they heard it from a source. So, long story short, Mr. Carr, Mayor Carr, he was the president, he was the mayor here then. He called me one day after that event and called me and said, Mr. Gable, I'm in the process of buying something in Morven. I bet you'll be interested in. Come down here and I'll show you. I walked in there, that old thing was still built in 1920. I didn't want anything to do with it when I walked in there. And he said, if you buy it, he said, I'm in the process of buying it. If you want to buy it, I'll back out and let you buy it. He said, but everything you were doing across the street over there, you could probably doing it here. I called Mary Lola and Sabrina Huff because I didn't have that vision for that. My eyes didn't see anything but dust and rust. Anyway, so the ladies came in there and they walked in and they started smiling and their eyes lit up. And we went on the top floor, which was nothing but a big old vacant place with pigeon stuff on it. Pigeons flying around and stuff in there. But they saw it, their eyes lit up. I said, what? Long story short, we bought it, donated it back to the Holla Center. We bought it with our own cash. Donated it back to the Holla Center because neither one of us wanted it for anything personal. Right. So we just donated it back to the Holla Center. And then with the Holla Center, with this 501c3, it took over and started making the magic happen. Wrote a proposal to the Golden Leaf Foundation. Remember when the Golden Leaf Foundation came in town, dumped $2 million? We got in the fight and asked for $250 to renovate that old building. And we got it. And it happened.
That's wonderful. Yes.
And now back to the tennis court. We had the idea that we would put some. You've been to like a Residence Inn's hotel? How they have a little stuff back there. We were thinking more like that. But around the same time, not long after we got that grant, the Cape May Reynolds Charitable Trust came to town looking for somebody to give some money to. And we said, me. So they actually gave us enough money to convert this into a regulation size tennis court. Right. We were just gonna do that's a little something for kids to come back here and play. But after we realized we had enough money to do a regulation size tennis court, we said let's do regulation size, cause once you go regulation, then you can become members of these guys here, and members of these guys here, and the money and the resources just keep flowing in. Right. Plus, we can host tournaments and stuff.
Yes, and your instructors.
Instructors were being paid at that time through those grants, through the Cape May Reynolds Charitable Trust grant. They paid 3 years of free tennis lessons. That's how we got our situation built up. They gave us 3 years of tennis lessons. We had developed a fitness center over there, which we don't have anymore. We couldn't keep it up. But yeah, so anyway, the American Tennis Association is great. We just got this thing painted. This is the first paint job we did on it. Was last year. So we just got it painted. It first was just like that over there. Yeah, but we decided we wanted to get.
It looks great.
What they call this U.S. Open green. Oh yeah. Matter of fact, we did take a few of our kids to the U.S. Open in Flushing, New York.
Wow.
So we went to Flushing, New York, spent a few days up there. They actually got to see and meet people like Venus and Serena, Madison Keys, Sloane Stevens, just to name a few.
Yes, they are.
One of the things we start trying to figure out. And one of the things I really, once I saw the architect's drawings and stuff, that was just one of the things I couldn't do without after I saw it. I was like, I can't do it, man. I can't just have little steps going in the door. This can't happen, man. We gotta make So we'll go upstairs and work our way back down.
Okay.
Is that good?
Good. Sounds good.
And then we'll go across the street to tell you what some of the money did for the ticket road traveling the truck. I just like standing up here. See a lot of stuff. One of the things, to be honest, I prayed for was because we're trying to help the people of Anson County, for us not to have to depend on resources from Anson County. That makes sense. So, and that has really been what people in Anson County have stepped up. You know, I have no complaints because I know everybody's not gonna give. You know, it's just not gonna happen. So I don't have any complaints. You know, we've been here for going on 12 years. Never had the phone cut off, never had the lights cut off.
That's all right.
And you know, we're private 501c3, grassroots, so that could easily happen. You could easily get caught in a situation where you're running out of money, but that hasn't happened to us.
That's wonderful.
Thanks to the support we get from the county people, you know, locals, as well as, you know, the grants and the funders that we have. We do get United Way funds, small amount from them, but they've been supporting us a long time. I say small amount, but it's a big amount when you need it.
Consider big.
We get funding presently from NC Counts, Healthier Together, Democracy North Carolina, Black Voters Matter, all kinds of people that see how they can use us as, you know, to share their resources to. North Carolina Arts Council funds our projects now, so I wake up excited every day.
Hey.
I just can't stop. You know how you say, I'm gonna stop this stuff one day.
Hey.
Then every time you wake up again, then something exciting happens. Man, oh, I got $300 in the budget to tear this out. And I went through the thing and I said, wait a minute, tear it out? So no, we're not gonna tear that out. We're gonna save that. So they use the $300 instead and paint it and case it off.
Right.
So that nobody will try to ride it.
Yeah, because that's a novelty right there.
I would have tried to ride it. And then Stephon Anthony was one of our football players who went pro.
Oh yes,
So
remember Stephon.
I begged him for money. No, I'm joking. We have an autographed T-shirt, and the reason he gave us that was because we were one of the sponsors of his summer camp.
Oh yes.
Yeah. See our name on this T-shirt here, man?
Yes.
That made me real proud anyway. It felt like somebody. I said, yeah, you know my name on the summer camp. We're developing an arts room, an arts program, performing arts program. And we started out with the Lion King Jr. The way that happened, the way the Lion King Jr. happened, I'm a Lion King nut. You know, I just love the Lion King. You know, everywhere, anytime it comes close enough for me to do it, I'll go see it.
Okay.
I went to New York one time to see it on Broadway and all that good stuff. But, so I'm just a Lion King fanatic. So we saw one day where a school in Charlotte, in Mecklenburg County, was doing the Lion King Jr. I said, ooh, that's slick. So let's go check that out. So we went up and checked it out. And we're impressed, but I just knew we could do it better. I knew none of the kids that we have in it now.
How about that?
But I knew somewhere down here there were some kids that could do that, you know? And so I came back and we started Googling it, and we saw where Disney has a grant for the Lion King Jr. So we applied for the grant, but we had to apply for it through a school. So I called Dr. Blunt, who was the principal at the middle school. I said, Dr. Blunt, we want to do the Lion King Jr. with your school. So she said, sure, of course. She said, sure. Somebody got one. We had a nice flight, but anyway, that's the playbill for the night.
Oh, right, yeah.
So,
neat.
so she said, sure. And we got it. We started applying for it. And Disney sent us this letter, this email saying, you're one of the recipients of the Lion King Experience Grant. No money, which is no problem. Because what they gave us was rights to do the play for a year or two. You know, COVID came and shut it down, so then they renewed all the grants, you know, all the contracts. So now we still have the contract, and they gave us the drums. We had to buy these things here, and they made it through 1 year of production, and Puma lost his ear.
Oh, poor Puma.
How about that?
Puma lost his ear for this year. But anyway, we're in the process of drumming up some money to use these as practice.
Right.
Because they need something to practice on so they can get used to it.
Oh,
So we're gonna use these for practice and get some performance.
and your costumes and all that stuff, and I recognize some names in here, and this
Oh, really?
pretty, yeah, with your cast, and then with your over here with your production team.
Absolutely.
That's all right, yeah.
Sure.
I'll
So if you look
I'll
behind
put it
you,
in
one of our biggest supporters
In our
of
library.
the organization is Livingstone College.
Okay.
That's where I graduated from with a
Okay.
BS degree in biology. And I've been one of the alumnus who reach out, you know, and support.
Did I see where you're going to be speaking there soon?
Well, that's going to be in Clinton, Maryland,
Okay.
for Livingstone College
Okay.
Day kind
Okay.
of thing.
Okay.
Richard Spencer.
Yes, yes.
That's Richard.
I've got, yeah, we have a lot of information on him in our
He,
genealogy line too.
Anyway, Fancy Crafts called me one day when they were closing up. Denise Beecham called me.
Oh,
She said, Leon, I got something I bet you'd be interested in. She
How
said,
about
Richard's brother brought these pictures in here 40 years ago and never came back together.
wow. How about
She said, I
that?
bet you would like them. I said, I
Yes,
most certainly
you sure would, yeah.
And I was excited, so I called Richard. I wanted to know Richard to know what I had. I said, Richard, come here, man. I got something to show you, buddy. Richard came down on a Sunday morning, and he looked at it. He said, "Oh, I already have those." I said, "Oh man."
Wow,
So,
this is neat.
so the children can come in here and this is what we call the media center. They come in here. Kids who don't have the internet at home or something like that, they come here and do it whatever they want to do, as long as they want to do it. If they need internet access, it's free. It's like going to the library downtown in Williamsburg. You just come in and do your work if you want to do it. So we have one office space for rent here. The building's being rented out. That's the new rural project. You familiar with that?
Okay.
Last year, HOLLA store.
Oh, okay.
Built in 1920.
1920.
The whole building was, when we bought it, on both sides. It had original floors.
How about that?
It had no amenities when we first got here. So we have bathrooms up and downstairs now. Commercial kitchen. Like I said, these original pine floors and original ceilings and stuff like that. That's what we used to call our, what's it called, our literary cafe.
Okay. And this work here is,
Well, most of the stuff, a lot of it's donated. Some of it's not, the Altheria patents.
okay.
Some of it is this stuff we've been accumulating over the years.
Right.
Mhm.
Well, you've done a great job.
Yes,
You've done a great job here.
let me show you the budget. That was one of the things they kept trying to take out the budget. I said, no, you gotta keep that in there, man.
Right.
He said, Mr. Gabriel, that hood, that film hood is gonna cost you $10,000 by itself.
Right.
That's all right. We got it.
Hey, that's okay. That's great. That's great, Lisa.
Garden we're in the development with Network Sense.
Yes. John Merrick helped you out.
There,
with
yeah, he dumped some that pile right there, right in front of the greenhouse. He brought us a pile of compost.
Okay.
Sure did.
So who built these things, Leon?
We paid some guy to do it.
Okay. Okay. Well, look, I mean, this is such a good thing, because this is now is becoming so popular to do the gardening like this, and then the community with the community garden. Yeah, that's.
He did color girls. And he had some guys from the prison to do this painting.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
Stay out there on 52 right before the school. Right there.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. Of course, this building needs some work, and I'm not ashamed of it. But this painting right here was a community painting done by, it was the Arts Council that actually did it. You know, the other half of it's in the library.
Yes.
Yes. And because they had, I didn't steal it. Because that other hand had our name. I didn't steal it.
Yeah.
Because the other half had Holla's name on it, they let me have it. Here's what we do with all the donations people give us. See what I'm saying?
Wow.
Everything in here is donated. Books.
Alright.
We got enough books up in the library. No Ansonia Theater lights are back there, not even LEDs. And they gave us the old ones.
The community.
The community, some of it's from Walmart, some of it's from individuals, like Mr. Bob Stowe. This
You're gonna have a yard
just
sale.
a yard sale in a few months.
In a few months. Okay.
We're just gonna let people come in here and look at it. In a
Yes.
sense. And pick out what they want and make a little donation to the center. To the
So
town.
this is Morven Town Hall. We're bring them over here. Let you.
Okay, these stars are from the Anson County Library, the Hampton Gallen Library.
Diane Welch and Caroline Hightower. Caroline's the manager, and it's good to see you.
And Miss McCray is the manager.
building right here. This is part of the property, isn't it?
Yeah, it's part of the town hall.
Oh,
County property.
okay.
For the children in Anson County was to buy playground equipment for the kids. You know. Then the issue came about where would we put the playground equipment. And we suggested here. And they and like I said, we just got the playground equipment. And then we had somebody to do build a paved, I think it's about 0.9 miles
Wow, that's wonderful.
of pavement.
That is wonderful.
That we paved and have put down. We have a little waffle trail.
And so are the shelters, are they part of this?
So the shelter, yeah, the town just built that shelter. Had
Okay.
That shelter built back there.
Okay, so
So
you're
it's
gonna have
kinda
like a
like a
picnic
building.
area.
So it's
All the work that you've done here and the things that are going on. And I know every night Leon's laying there thinking about the next step, the next thing that you're going to do.
how did you know that?
I just know that because you're a leader, and it's just been our pleasure to be here today and to get to see these things, the things that are happening down here.
Appreciate you being here.
Yes, and we appreciate you giving us your time today.
Absolutely.
But thank you again, Dan, for giving us a tour today. And we, as I said, we're very impressed with what's going on down here.
Thank you for
Keep up the good work.
Thank you for being here.